I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Senator Patty Murray addressed the baby formula shortage crisis on the Senate floor Thursday. Her remarks came moments after Republican Senator Mike Lee introduced the Formula Act. She shared her, quote, serious concerns about the broad waivers of FDA authority in Lee's proposal. Murray then proposed a bill that she hoped would have bipartisan support to safely end the baby formula shortage. Listen in for more.
Pleased to be joined in this effort by Senators Grassley, Daines, Cassidy, and Wicker. This bill has the support of a number of outside groups and countless Americans. We can help solve this crisis today. We can make sure American babies' cries do not go unanswered. We must pass the Formula Act. And to that end, Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of S. 4261, which is at the desk.
Mr. President.
I further ask that the bill be considered read a third time and passed, and that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Is there objection?
Mr. President.
The Senator for Washington.
Mr. President, reserving the right to object. As a mom and grandmother, I share my colleagues' deep concern about the infant formula shortage, but I have concern with the Senator's proposal to address it, and so I will be offering the Senate an alternative here in just a moment that addresses those concerns while building on common ground and the need to end this shortage. So I object to the Senator's proposal and seek recognition to offer my proposal.
Objection is heard.
Mr. President.
Senator for Washington.
Mr. President, as a mom and grandmother, I share my colleagues' concern about this infant formula shortage, and I've been pressing the FDA and infant formula manufacturers for answers and actions on this, going back to when the Abbott recall was first announced back in February. And I'm glad the Biden administration is taking some action to address this crisis. FDA's announcement earlier this week to make it easier to import baby formula during this crisis, and President Biden's announcement yesterday that he will use the Defense Production Act to bring more formula to market, because I want to see formula back on the shelves as soon as possible. But I also want parents to know the formula that they are giving their child is safe, which is why I have serious concerns about the broad waivers of FDA authority in the bill that was just offered. For example, waiving the nutrient requirements for infant formula. FDA actually requires infant formula to include 30 essential nutrients. Too much or too little of those nutrients can put the health of our most vulnerable at risk. Or labeling requirements for directions on preparation and use, which are really important to keep babies safe. I want us to quickly find common ground on steps to end this shortage safely, get parents the formula they need, and make sure this situation never happens again. I'm sure the senator from Utah wants that too. I really do think we can get this done, and that's why I'd like to offer to pass another bill I have right now, which ensures FDA can take the steps to increase supply without compromising standards, and which, similar to Senator Lee's bill, would waive tariffs on importing baby formula during this crisis. And I do want to continue working on other bipartisan steps here. I know that Senator Stabenow and Senator Boozman are working on legislation at this very moment to make adjustments to the WIC program, similar to another part of Senator Lee's effort that I think is also crucial. So while I have concerns with how some of the proposals to waive FDA authority will make it harder for FDA to keep babies safe, I think there is a bipartisan path forward for some of these ideas, and I urge Senator Lee to work with me and our colleagues to find that. But right now I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of my bill, which is at the desk, to temporarily allow the importation of infant formula free of duty and free of quantitative limitation, and to require the Food and Drug Administration to issue guidance related to increasing the supply of infant formula. And I further ask that the bill be considered read a third time and passed, and that the motion to reconsider be considered and laid upon the table.
Is there objection?
Mr. President,
Senator for Utah.
reserving the right to object, I appreciate